All right, I'm late, so I'm on a field trip today because I'm making my coffee. You know, the irony is, I woke up early and I threw my whole routine off, so I'm late. Has that ever happened to you? Man. I can't even do my 3-2-1 because I don't have a cup of coffee yet because it has grounds in it. Gotta get the salt. We will relocate back to the couch momentarily, I promise. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I thought, hey, I could make everybody wait 5 minutes, or I could do this. Welcome to my small pile of dirty dishes that I did not wash last night. Because I don't do that. I don't like being late for things. It bothers me. So, whatever. When it's warmer, I might take you guys outside. Yeah. Can't forget the salt and coffee. When it's warmer, I might take you guys outside on the porch. That doesn't exist yet, but it will soon. This is how I make my coffee. Keurig, just the hot water into a tea strainer full of coffee, not full, but with coffee. So we do that. And this works really well, but the downside is because I use an electric grinder, the grounds are inconsistent, and I get a little bit of sludge at the bottom. But I have ordered a not a good angle for anyone up under the chin. I have ordered a hand crank burr grinder, which should be a much better option. All right, and so then we do that, and then we set up the tripod. The tripod. So I'm showing you the tripod. See, tripod. Then I put the phone in the tripod, and usually right about this time, the coffee's ready because it doesn't take long. And I pull that strainer out, let it drain. Put it in a glass that I drank water out of recently. And then I sit here and I wait for it to be 6:30 and I go 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Friday, May 22nd, 2020. My name's Jeremy and this is my first cup of coffee. And now you know how I make it. What an adventure. Thank you for your indulgence of that. Yeah. Why don't I do that more often? Because my house is chaotic and I don't know. I got to keep something for me. I think everyone can understand that. Well, how's everybody doing? I don't even have the overhead lights on. That's how bright it is out. I don't need them anymore because it's nearly June. How was your Thursday? I had a very productive Thursday. Looks like I got 2 new consulting clients coming on. Did a bunch of work. Started working on some updated graphics for the strength and conditioning and the speed program and training in general. And Stacy's helping me with that, so thank you, Stacy. In other logo news, Gabe and I started working on a Whistlekick Live logo. So a lot of graphic design happening right now. I don't know why. What else did I do? I got outside. I went for a 4 mile walk. Felt great in the sun. Saw a dead snake. That was much clearly, it was more clearly dead when I walked back by. At first I thought it might be alive. It was not alive. When I came back, it was very flat. It was a flat snake. Not a big fan of snakes. They freak me out. But I still don't want them to die. I'd rather they just stayed away from me. Which is why I buy this. It's like the only chemical thing I put down in my house. It's called, actually, it's primarily essential oils. It's called Snake Be Gone, and it works. It works. It's these little granules, and you shake them around where you don't want snakes to go, and they don't go there for a while. So it has helped me reclaim areas of my yard, so I don't have to look and go, is there a snake there? Is there a snake there? I just don't. They freak me out, man. Freak me out, man. What else happened yesterday? Right now, honestly, it's about work and it's about plants and it's about walking and a little bit of exercise inside and watching TV and going to bed early. You know what I'm almost done with that is blowing my mind? Michael Crichton's memoirs. You might know Michael Crichton as the author of Congo and Sphere and Andromeda Strain and Jurassic Park. And I knew that he had gone through med school, and I knew he had that science background. But what I didn't know about him was his fascination with the paranormal. And he spent a lot of time training with people and doing some very interesting things that most people would not ascribe to a scientist. And I'm in the last like 5% of the book. And he's talking about science as being incomplete and how we often treat it as complete. And and today, and I don't mean today like right now, pandemic, but I do mean broader in general today, that we tend to treat science as having all the answers when it's incomplete. And it's something that I've been trying to express over the last few years in conversation with people, and I haven't had the words, and so reading this has given me some more language, which I appreciate. There's a lot more to the world than we currently know. I think that's important to remember. Well, I hope you had a great Thursday. Friday, it's more of the same. It's another beautiful day here. I'm gonna go off, do some work, come back, do some more plant work. I've got tomatoes that are desperate to get in the ground, but it's still too early. This is the problem with having good soil and good light, and I started everything I think I started the tomatoes too soon. And when I make my notes of when I grew everything, how I grew, for next year, I'll probably start tomatoes a week, maybe even 2 weeks later. Because I've got tomatoes that are just, they're in a little pot, and they're this tall. What's that? 1.5 feet? It's nuts. And then this weekend, I'm gonna roll the dice and plant some things. Last frost was supposedly yesterday. And my reason for planting things is as much because I've run out of space as anything else, and I got more stuff to start. Oh. Stacy writes in, Team Smashy Smash is competing this weekend. Both of us going for multiple. Great. Well, multiple personal bests. Well, good luck, Stacy. Good luck, Laura. I think the most active members of the team, the whistlekick teams right now. I know Kevin from the New England traveling team, the non-Smashy Smash team. I don't know how to refer to them in a way that doesn't sound derogatory. Kevin competed in a virtual tournament and did very, very well. 2 weeks ago? I look forward to seeing everyone in person and going to events and giving hugs, and I miss hugs. I miss hugs. I really do. I'm sad about the lack of hugs. Let's see what you guys write in. Words, Jeremy, words. Let's see what you wrote in. Oh, if you liked yesterday's kind of conversation, the response to Gabe about fights to the death, I recorded something further. I went deeper, did some research because the topic intrigued me. And that is going to come out as Martial Arts Radio episode 507. 2 weeks. That should be out in 2 weeks. Let's see what you wrote in. We got a few things in here from Frank, who, as always, makes sure I have stuff to respond to, and I appreciate that. And this is the fun part of the show for me. It's Friday, so it's Funday Friday, which means Frank gave us jokes. What's the easiest way to get straight A's? Use a ruler. My teachers told me I'd never amount to much because I procrastinate so much. I told them, just you wait. What's a balloon's least favorite type of music? Pop. I don't know why that one's so funny. Oh. You know, I don't have children, and yet dad jokes are just the best. Maybe it's an age thing. We're under 3 weeks until my birthday. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do for my birthday. Last year, a bunch of people put on inflatable dinosaur costumes and ran around the Capitol. That was pretty great. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything nearly that cool this year. Okay. And we've got 3 quotes that Frank has submitted, all from famous martial artists. First, from Bruce Lee. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. We've talked often across everything under the whistlekick umbrella about martial arts being something you have to dedicate time to. You can come in with all the natural talent in the world, but you will reach a tipping point. You'll hit a wall where if you're not training hard and you're not training often, you're not going to get anywhere. That's important to remember. How do you advance if you don't put in time? Martial arts being something that is so personal, the development is so personal, you can't say, well, that person is a natural athlete and that person is in a wheelchair, so we're going to hold them to the same physical standards for promotion. Very few schools do that. I'm not consciously aware of any, but I imagine there's some out there. No, we talk about where were you, how far have you come, do you know the material? We don't generally expect people to be able to perform it at the same level. We're looking for growth, we're looking for progress. So that laser-like focus, that's an important part. The great warrior has laser-like focus. How do you get to a level of extreme advancement without staying focused? You don't. And that's not just martial arts, it's anything. How do you become great at anything, even skilled, without putting in time and being focused? I don't have an answer. From Chuck Norris. I think setting a goal, getting a visual image of what it is you want. You've got to see what it is you want to achieve before you can pursue it. Tony Robbins says, before it happens, you have to see it. Those aren't his words, but bottom line, every single thing we've ever done that we wanted to do started with an idea, started in your mind. I don't know anyone who's achieved great success accidentally. You can think of all the happy accidents that happen, but in order to capitalize on them, you have to see an opportunity. You have to start thinking about it. And I've been spending a lot of time working on this visualization, this getting my mind right. And That's part of my morning routine now. I get up a little bit earlier than I used to. It's about 15 minutes. And there's some visualization stuff, and there's some words out loud, some stuff out of a Tony Robbins course. And you know what? It's helpful, and it's working. And people will find fault with things like this, and that's okay. Just as I don't disparage any martial art, I don't disparage anybody's approach to life. If what you do works for you and it doesn't harm others, I really don't care. But this is stuff that's working for me. And it's helpful. In fact, this evening, I'm planning to spend a little bit more time with this Tony Robbins course because it's been over a month since I dug into it. I made it through 2 chapters, 2 days in this course. I did like 8 hours on a Sunday. And because I said, I bought this a month ago. I haven't even touched it. It cost me $300. And I said, let's see what's in here. So I blocked off a Sunday. This was right at the beginning of the pandemic. Before any lockdowns had started. Yeah. So I blocked off a Sunday, which right now is trivial to do. Hey, you got a day you can do nothing? Yep, 7 of them. And I found a Tony Robbins video on YouTube that was like an hour and a half long, and I muted it, and I played the audio files. So I felt like, and I put it up on the TV, I felt like I was at a Tony Robbins seminar, which, by the way, those are very expensive. I think they start at like $3,000. And it was really helpful. And there was some immediate action stuff I took. And I am more focused now. Now, I'm not endorsing Tony Robbins as part of Whistlekick or anything like that. I think the man has some interesting things to say. I think there's some value there. And I respect him. And the more I get to know about him, the more I find that our goals, our values align. And it's interesting because a lot of what I'm trying to do with Whistlekick is stuff that he's trying to help people with. Help people move forward, help people kind of get out of their shell. One of those new clients that is coming on is a martial arts school, so I'm excited. I'm excited to work with them because I love working. If you think of all the intersection of my skill sets, helping martial arts businesses is where it's at. We've got one more quote today from Morihei Ueshiba. And I'm going to give you a count to 5 to remember who that is. 4, 3, 2, 1. The founder of Aikido, sometimes referred to as O-sensei. Even the most powerful human being has a limited sphere of strength. Draw him outside of that sphere and into your own, and his strength will dissipate. And right there you see one of the founding principles of Aikido, about using your opponent's strength against them by getting them to move in a way that maybe they didn't want to. When someone steps in to punch, instead of blocking it, you go with it, and now they're off balance, and now I've done like that much Aikido. I don't even know I can separate my fingers that much. Oh, I just spilled my coffee. I haven't done that in a while. But I like Aikido. I respect Aikido. I think Aikido has some absolutely wonderful principles. And it's one of those arts that, if I had my druthers and an infinite amount of time and opportunity and funding, I would probably, do 6 to 12 months of Aikido. Why would I limit it there? I don't know that I really would. But I want to train in everything, and I've only got so many years left before I die. So I want to do everything. One of my dreams with Whistlekick is that we set up a residential school that people come in and they spend, maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's a 1-week vacation, maybe it's longer. And if you go back to the very first training day and the concept of training day, it was meant to be the precursor to this residential school. So if you go back to the very first training day that didn't happen, you had instructors, and I freely admit I did not. I codified this model, but it was borrowed. There is a residential weekend in upstate New York called Super Summer Seminars. It's been going for a very long time, run by a man named Sensei Tom Arcuri, good guy. And I've made a lot of friends there, and a number of people who've been on martial arts radio are from there. And Stacy talked about breaking, and where did my connections to the people doing breaking that she fell in love with come from? It was from going there, ultimately. And I saw what they were doing, and what was really special about it was that people that taught seminars tended to also take seminars from others. And I'd never seen that at a seminar event. People who teach at seminars generally walk around with their thumbs in their belt and don't train, they teach. And that bummed me out. But I saw how special that was, and I said, okay, what if we can require that? And in exchange for teaching, you get free admission, and you get to stay in the dorms, because we were going to do it at a school, and food. You know, we were going to take care of that. And that was the exchange. And people were like, yeah, that's great. Unfortunately, we couldn't get enough attendance. So we changed the structure. But I still want to do that. I still want to have a week. Imagine a week. You come in and you get settled in on Sunday night, and you wake up Monday and you have breakfast and you go to a seminar. And maybe that seminar is on footwork, and it's being taught by a point fighter, you know, some high-level point fighter. And then from there you go to a seminar from an Aikido practitioner, and you're learning, you know, this might be like a 60-minute session, and you're, you know, I gave the example of punch, and you step through and you take that punch and you turn it into a throw. And then maybe you have another seminar, and then you go to lunch. And then maybe you have 3 or 4 more in the afternoon. And you repeat that for a week. But the person that was teaching you Aikido is right alongside of you. And then imagine that that grows enough that you have options, and that we're able to pay people to come in, you know, the best of the best come in, and it becomes this amazing residential camp that runs 52 weeks a year. And you can come and you can stay for as many weeks at a time as you want, as long as you can afford it, because it wouldn't be cheap to run. With everything that's going on right now, we'll probably be able to buy a small college in the next few years. Enough of them are going out of business, unfortunately. And so maybe in a decade, Whistlekick will be in a position that will set that up. How cool would that be? When I dream, those are the big things I dream about. I think dreams are important. So I'm going to go get ready for my day. I've got some plants that I'm going to put outside to start getting them ready to live outside. I'm going to have another cup of coffee because I'm out of tea. Normally I have my second cup is tea, and I put some, you know, some fat in there, some butter, some MCT oil, but I've been using decaf because I'm out of tea, because I haven't been to the grocery store in a month. Costco didn't have tea. I hope you have a great day. Great weekend. Oh, Stacy's asking about a show Monday. Yeah, we'll do a show Monday. Why not? I gotta get up for some stuff. I hope you have a fantastic day, weekend. If I don't see you Monday, have a great Memorial Day. Take care, everyone. Peace.